Stage 2 of the Volta Algarve, a race that's available live and on demand all this week on GCN+. Today we were already into the climbs and the first of 2 summit finishes at the race this year. Starting in the leader's jersey, stage winner yesterday Fabio Jakobsen, flanked here by his teammate and best young rider Remco Evenepoel, a man who was victorious on this very stage 2 years ago. And here's what they were dealing with today. 182 kilometres from Alto de Fóia to Alto de Fóia. 2 intermediate sprints, 3 classified climbs, and a total of 3,500 metres of elevation gain. The early part of the stage was animated by 5 riders: Unai Iribar of Euskaltel Eskadi, the Canadian Nicholas Zukowski of Human Powered Health, Thomas Conte of Aveludo Luletano, Cesar Martin Gil of Radio Populaire, and then the leader of the King of the Mountains competition, João Matias of Tavfer Mortegua. Their lead was never over the 4-minute mark, with Quickstep Alpha Vinyl controlling the peloton behind, although they had to do that pace setting without their main engine. Tim de Klerk unable to start this morning due to a stomach upset, whilst the other non-starter was Niels Pollitt of Bora Hansgrohe. With his work for the day done, Jakobsen sat up and cruised towards the finish line. He'll be back in action tomorrow though, in what should be a bunch sprint. The break was caught with 28 kilometres to go and the bulk of climbing still to come. Alpecin Fenix on the front, looking to set up Jay Vine for the finish. The Australian former Zwift Academy winner has already been on good form this season. There was a change on the front once they took on the Picota climb though. Ineos Grenadiers setting the tempo with Geraint Thomas up the 10-kilometre climb, used as part of a different and more testing run into the finish compared to previous years at this race. On to the final climb though, and it was Remco Evenepoel with just one teammate left in the group, the Belgian Louis Vervaeke, and it was him who hit the front once Ineos Grenadiers had swung off. With over 20 riders still in this front group though, we waited with anticipation for the first big attack to finally come. But it didn't until just over 1 kilometre to go. Federico Figueiredo of Glass Drive Q8 putting in a big acceleration, and there was initially no reaction behind. However, the pace of Dylan van Baarle was unrelenting and the Portuguese rider was eventually caught. And so we had what was almost a bunch sprint at the top of this climb. Danny Martinez leading out last year's winner on this stage, Ethan Hayter. Former World Under-23 champion Samuela Battistella quickly passed them both, but as we came towards the last right-hand bend, it was Tobias Foss and Sergio Higuita who began to make their move. They came around the rider from Astana with quite a large amount of speed. Lots of riders quite close to crashing at this point, but as they went round this last right-hander, the 2 of them came together and immediately hit the deck. That left clear daylight and a clear gap for David Gaudu at the front of the race. Victory to him and Groupama FDJ. Well, Foss and Higuita left to pick up the pieces and cross the line on foot. Nice gesture from Foss at the end there. A lot of kudos has to go to this man though, Stefan Kung. What a job he did on the final climb for his teammates. Here's the overhead shot where we can see the incident more clearly. Higuita coming up really fast, but just a little too close to the Norwegian champion as they went around this right-hand bend. With that speed though, Higuita stood a great chance of victory. He'll now have to wait until Sunday. And Gaudu was eventually given a 2-second gap to second place Samuela Battistella. He will go into stage 2 tomorrow wearing this leader's yellow jersey, in a stage we think will be a bunch sprint. Anything can happen though, so make sure you tune in tomorrow to find out. Live on GCN Plus from 1600 GMT, 1700 Central European Time. I hope to have your company then. Goodbye for now.